Chapter 20. Duke spent the next 2 days filming with Seth and Amanda at some secret location even Scout didn't know. The fact he'd slept on the couch for 2 nights spoke volumes about how he felt about the person trying to harm his movie. Duke was obviously scared, but not scared enough to quit. Scout actually admired that. She joined Jaren on the couch, where he once again played Call of Honor. "Are you going to act as an extra for the theater scene?" he asked without looking at her. "No, I'm working tonight, and I still want nothing to do with that movie." "Good." "What do you mean?" she asked. He hesitated. "I'm just glad you're sticking to your principles. You have more brains than him." "I thought you said you weren't making the movie anymore," that familiar voice from the game asked. Scout laughed. "Shut up, dude," Jaren said into his microphone. "Why are you still making it? Didn't you get your ass beat because of it?" The boy sounded more forceful than Scout felt necessary. In fact, he sounded downright pissed. Jaren and Scout looked at each other. She grabbed the headset from him and spoke into the microphone. "What's it to you, fella?" She covered the microphone and said quietly to Jaren, "What's his gamer tag?" "Fella?" the gamer mocked. "Are you his grandmother?" Jaren pulled up the gamer tag. Frags to riches. "Yes, I'm his grandmother," Scout said absently, handing the headset back to her roommate. "Pull up his profile," she whispered to Jaren. He did. The profile was mostly blank, but it did list his location. Haltom City, Texas. Whoever he was close. "Ricky's brother," she whispered. "We don't know that," Jaren whispered back. Scout grabbed her car keys and left the apartment, making sure to lock it. When she got to her car, she called Ricky, asking if she could come over. Ricky said sure and gave her directions to her house. Scout got lucky. If Ricky hadn't been home, Scout would have talked casually, at some point bringing up her brother. She would have asked if he played video games, and if so, what was his gamer tag. Scout was no detective, and subtlety wasn't her strong suit. But if it got her the information she needed... She parked in the street, by the mailbox. The neighborhood was quite nice, though she felt bad about being there. She didn't even live in the house, and yet she felt uncomfortable about going inside after what happened to Sean. Ricky met her at the door with a smile and a hug. Scout couldn't help but notice her perfume, some sort of vanilla scent. She almost didn't want to break the hug, but willingly let go when Ricky invited her inside. Scout's eyes immediately went to the living room on the left. Raymond was sitting on the couch, playing a familiar video game. He slowly turned his head and looked at her. "Ray," Ricky said, "quit being creepy and say hello." "Hello." "Hi," Scout greeted, waving quickly. "He usually plays in his room," Ricky explained, "but he broke his TV." "I didn't break it. It just stopped working. It was an old piece of shit." "Whatever." To Scout, she said, "Do you want something to drink? Water? Tea?" "Sure, tea's fine." Ricky nodded and headed to the kitchen. Scout put her hands in her pockets and walked closer to the couch. Raymond was in some kind of online deathmatch with other potentially hormonal teenagers like himself. She sat down next to him and stared. He slowly looked at her again. "What you playin'?" she asked. "Call of Honor. Ever hear of it?" "I think so." She stared at the TV, looking for his gamer tag. There were so many words and images on the screen, she didn't even know where to look. Ricky returned and sat on the recliner next to the couch. Scout took her tea and drank slowly. "So," Ricky said, "what's up?" "Oh, I just wanted to tell you about Taylor and me," Scout lied quickly. "She and I are friends again." "That's great." "And the even better part is that she and her girlfriend broke up." "Scout!" Ricky laughed. You're terrible. You're not going to make a move, are you? No, Taylor and I are better as friends. You're a lesbian? Raymond asked. Yes. That's hot. Shut up, Ray, Ricky said. I was just talking to your brother about this game, Scout went on. I have the same game system. What's your gamer tag? Maybe we can play sometime. I doubt we play the same games, Raymond replied, eyes still on the TV. You'd be surprised. I love fighting games, and I see you have some on the shelf over there. He laughed. All right, you seem cool. My gamer tag is Frags to Riches.